Hi, our team has developed this stock portfolio suggestion engine for CMPE 285 Software Engineering Process course at San Jose State University. The team members are Kailash, Sai Supraja, Charanya, and I'm Soumya. Kailash will talk about the architecture of our app now.
Hi everyone, my name is Kailash and I will be explaining the architecture of our application to you. This application is a two tier one. There's a front end and a back end. On the front end, some of the technologies that we've used are we're using HTML and CSS and JavaScript and Bootstrap, which is from Twitter for the uh, different components. So and on the back end, we're using the code is written in Python version 3, and we're using Python Flask Web, the web framework. Now, the way a user interacts with this application is whenever the user enters an amount and chooses an investment strategy and hits submit, then that'll be a post request to the server, which then will take the data and use it to query the AlphaVantage API. Now, the AlphaVantage API will then return. Now, the back end of our application talks to AlphaVantage API through HTTP request, and the AlphaVantage API will return data to the backend, and then from the backend we send the data over to the front end, which is then displayed to the user. So this is the flow of data in our application. The AlphaVantage API has some limitations on the number of requests and the frequency of those requests. So those were some challenges that we had to work around. We have we successfully managed to get the data that we need for displaying graphs to the user from this API.
Hi, this is Soumya. I'll be talking about the main features of our application. First is the investment amount. So we have given a text box for the user to enter the amount of money he wants to invest. And we've also made sure that the application throws an error when no investment amount is entered or when the amount entered is less than $5,000. The second feature is the investment strategy choice. The user is allowed to choose one or even two investment strategies. Selecting not even one investment strategy will throw an error, and selecting more than two investment strategies will also throw an error. We have handled those error conditions as well. So the investment strategies that we have used, we have given to the user are ethical, growth, index, quality investing, and value investing. The third feature is stock suggestion. When the investment amount and the strategy choice are entered by the user, we have made sure the application gives a map. It is a tool map based on the selected strategies, and it gives all the stocks. 3 stocks are suggested per investment strategy. Charanya will be continuing to talk about the rest of the main features of our application.
Hello, my name is Saranya. I'll talk about the main features which we used in this project. Division of money. the output that suggests how much amount of money that has to put on each of the suggested stocks. The next one is current value of stocks. That displays the current holding value and the other details of the suggested stock. And the last one is trend of portfolio value. That displays the history of overall portfolio value. The last one is the additional feature. We used Twitter Bootstrap 4 for a user-friendly and a colorful UI. And next, Sai Supraja will talk about the challenges which we faced in this project.
Hi everyone, this is Sai Supraja Malla and I'll be discussing about the challenges that we faced during the development of our application. Having no prior knowledge about stock market and investing strategies, it was challenging for me and my teammates as we had to research about the investment strategies and translate the findings into code. Finding the right API that would return the details we needed was also a challenge, as there were many APIs to check and they were either not working or were outdated. The test cases will be shown by Kailash. Thank you.
I'll now walk you through the various features of our application. This web application is written in Python version 3 and uses Flask Web Framework. The API we are using to fetch data about stocks is from alphavantage.com. This API that they provide has a limitation on the number of requests and the frequency of those requests. We've had to this was quite a challenge, and we've worked around this challenge through some clever programming. Let's now jump into the test cases that we've written to test this application. First of all, as you can see, this application is a very simple, intuitive, and visually appealing interface. The page can adjust size and resolution to suit the browser or device on which it's being used. Users can also easily navigate through the various features of the application. Now, I'll begin by testing an exception. I'll leave the amount field blank. The amount field cannot be blank for obvious reasons. We are using a number of formulas to calculate the investment strategies, and so if the amount field is left blank, then those formulas won't have any input. So for that reason, the amount field cannot be blank. If I hit submit, then there, as you can see, there's an exception. Please fill out this field. The next test case will be another exception where the minimum amount that we've set for this application is 5,000. That's again for simple reasons. For anything less than 5,000, it wouldn't be meaningful to calculate investment strategies. So that's why we set the amount as 5,000. So if I enter 4,000 here and I choose an investment strategy, when I hit submit, it says value must be greater than or equal to 5,000. That's an exception. Now let's now work our way through each one of the investment strategies. I'll choose an amount of 10,000 and start with ethical investing. When I hit submit, I'll see these graphs with a lot of data for the investor. Now we'll go one by one. The first graph here on the left says gives today's share price for each company. We've chosen 3 companies in this case: Apple, Adobe, and Microsoft, and it has the current stock price for each of those companies. The second graph here has the number of shares of each company. Now, you can see here Adobe has 12, Apple 17, and Microsoft 27. So the investor, this tells the investor how many shares he'll have to invest in each of those companies. The third graph here at the bottom is stock analysis for investment strategies. This graph has on the y-axis the investment profit or loss, and on the x-axis there are dates. Now this is kind of, it plots the trend over a certain period, starting from, say, in this case, starting from 13th June and going till 17th. Now, as you can see, from 13th till 16th, it rises, then it starts falling till the 17th. The fourth graph here on the bottom right is a series of bar graphs for the different dates, and the various companies and their stock prices are listed here. When you hover over the graphs, it'll show you the stock price and the company and the stock price. All these graphs have these colorful, they're color coded, which makes it easier for the investor to extract meaningful information from these graphs. Now let's go back, and this time I'll choose growth investing. Unselect ethical. We'll come back to the other options of choosing multiple investment strategies later. For now, I'll choose one strategy at a time. This time I'll choose growth investing, and when I hit submit, there you can see the different graphs. There's today's share price for each company, the number of shares of each company, stock analysis, and growth investing. Now, if you look at the trend here, from going from 13 to 17, it rises from 13 to 14, then plateaus out till 15, and then starts dropping from 15 till 17. Here are the growth investment strategies, the bar graphs, and the dates on the x-axis, and the investment profit loss on the y-axis. Number of shares of each company and today's share price. All right, let's go back. And I'll choose index investing this time. When I hit submit, there you go. You can see the different graphs for index investing. There the graph for today's share price, number of shares of each company, and the stock analysis. Here in this case, the stock analysis rises from 13 till the 15th, then plateaus out, and then starts falling from the 16th onwards. Here are the bar graphs, dates, and the investment profit or loss for index investing. Let's go back. Now I'll uncheck index and choose quality. When I hit submit, I will see the graphs for quality investing. Here are the share prices of each of those companies, the number of shares, There's the stock analysis. Stock analysis is there is a rise till 14, then it plateaus out, then rises, and then falls. There's also the quality investing graph, different bar graphs here. Let's go back, and I'll choose the last one, value investing. I'll hit submit, and you'll see the different graphs for value investing, the share price, the number of shares, stock analysis. Here you can see there's a rise and then a steep fall here. And the bar graphs for value investing. Companies we've chosen here, as you can see, Google, Twitter, some big tech companies. Let's go back. Now, now that we've gone through all the different investing strategies, let's try and choose more than two. So I've chosen two. As soon as I try to choose the third one, you can see the exception here. It says select maximum of 2 options. So I am not allowed to choose a third option. So a maximum of 2. Now, so far we have seen the cases where a single investing strategy is chosen. Now, in order to look at the case where two strategies are chosen, we have to move to local host. The reason is that we found that the API responds in a very very slow manner. This causes an exception. We get an error that says internal gateway error. This is especially when it's hosted on the cloud. So we tested this the case of two investing strategies on the local host, and it works well. So let's head over to localhost. This application can handle the case where more than one investing strategy is chosen. So we'll test that now. I'll enter an amount greater than or equal to 5,000. And I will choose ethical investing and growth investing. I'll hit submit. This will take some time. What we found was that the API responds very slowly when queried for more than one investment strategy. And this is especially true when the application is hosted on the cloud. So that's the reason why I'm testing this scenario on localhost. In spite of running on localhost, it's still the API still responds very slowly. So the user will have to give it a minute or so. And there you have the graphs for ethical investing and growth investing. Here's the graph for current share price, the number of shares of each company. There's the stock analysis for investing strategies, and the bar graphs for ethical investing and growth investing. The graphs are color coded. That way it's easier to read them. And we have different companies for the two investing strategies. So this is how we've handled the case where the user chooses more than one investing strategy. Of course, any choosing more than two strategies will be an exception. So two is the upper limit. I'll test the case where no strategy is chosen. So I'll enter an amount that's greater than or equal to 5,000. And without choosing an investing strategy, when I hit submit, I get this exception, select a strategy. So that's how we've handled this exception.